So I walk up to the house. I look in the window. There's a lady in the window in tethered clothing, old school vintage style clothing. Looked like
Yeah.
she was a maid.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up at the window, and the lady walks out on the porch, and she's looking at me. And she was like, "What are you staring at?" And I said, "Oh, shit." She see me just looking at her house. And I said, "Well, I'm here to inspect your home, inspect the storm damage." And I introduced myself. And she said, "But what were you looking at in the window?" I said, "Well, I was looking at the house just to see, what the damages were. I didn't want to,
I'd have been like, lady, you know what I'm looking at because
you
you've
know
seen
what I'm
it.
looking at, right?" So I got to that part, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to let my investigator cross over to my inspector. So then I started asking her just basic questions, introduce myself. I'm here to inspect your house for the storm damage, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, "Did you see something in that window?" I said, "You really want me to tell you?" And she said, "Yes, tell me." And she's an older lady, probably in her early 60s, 70s. Her and her husband lived there by themselves. And I said, "Okay, you ready for this?" She said, "Tell me. It's not going to shock me." I said, "Okay." So I told her about the lady in the tethered clothing that was upstairs in the window. And she said, "The black lady?" I said, "Yes." Okay. So you can see her. I said, "Yes, I can see her." And she was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Is your house haunted?" She said, "Is it haunted? It's practically a playground for ghosts." And I was like, "Okay. Can I talk to you on the inside of your house?" So I go in and I sit down and talk to her, and I'll tell her, "I'm an inspector. I inspect your house." I
Yeah.
said, "But my side job is I'm a paranormal investigator."